From Remy's, I received word that one such as you entered Karunk's tower with no trepidation, no anxiety. Do I even have to ask? Does the war chief still draw breath?
Nope.
It was said the gods would call their champion. And here you are, bearing the cipher, seeking the Primos. You seem to know your way around short blades. Take mine, as a sign of thanks for ridding these lands of the warlord. May they serve you well. Now my forces can put the rest of the Jotun to the spear beckoned.
She gave me daggers. I don't use daggers, I use Fey Blades, but we'll look at the daggers anyway. Are the Jotun still a threat?
With their leader dead, they will likely keep to themselves and lose the will to harry my people as they have. I will wager that they won't suffer incursions into their camp, for good or ill. But still they have caused my people suffering. Shall we wait and allow them to inevitably rise again? This is our best opportunity to finish them.
Beckoned. What is that?
Before this day, I thought it was just a myth, a lie my people told ourselves to make our sins more bearable. The beckoned is a deliverer. The beckoned speaks for the gods. The beckoned is their messenger, their conduit. What is the beckoned? One who carries the cipher, the icon of the gods. One who faces the troubles of my people without hesitancy. The beckoned is you.
I want you to spare the Jotun.
I owe you much for killing Karunk beckoned, so I will do as you say. I only hope you do not reap bitter fruit from your generosity. Now I will take you to the henge, and then to the Primos, as I promised.
Now can you tell me more about the Primos?
The Primos is our ruler, and the most devout of the Colossi. For example, our current Primos, Anakatos, has sequestered himself away from our people in prayer for years. Meanwhile, we are threatened every day, and because of Anakatos' extreme measures, we lack guidance.
What is the hinge?
An artifact my people made. With the city in the sky, we knew we needed a way to travel from the teeth and back. The energies it focuses are the same as those that keep the city aloft. They can levitate people and objects safely.
Sounds cool.
Be
Let's
cautious
go.
in these lands. You did it.
You're so tiny next to her. So tiny. Like a child. Sorry, it's a loot. Right. I mean, don't get me wrong, they look kind of cool. I would think for someone with such big hands, he'd be a little bit bigger. Yeah, I just can't bring myself to use them. They're too weak. Even if I had daggers as my main, I think they'd still be too weak. I think. I'm still very curious about this area. Probably go ahead and talk to her, though.
Here, Beckoned. This artifact you see before us is a henge. We use it to transport to the city. It may be uncomfortable at first. I still recall retching after my first journey with it. But it is the only way into the city.
What about the Jotun?
I have thought on your decision to spare the Jotun, and how our intolerance exposes our hypocrisy. At first I saw no reason for it. The Jotun are cruel and savage. Then I realized that we Colossi were that way once, until someone gave us a chance. Be cautious in these lands.
Okay. Really do need to sell and stuff, so maybe there'll be a person to sell up here. Let's go ahead and travel. Beam me up. Nice. Nice reference. I like it. Get a good amount of gold. XP and gold for that. There was a trophy related to that hole. I wonder if it's still there.
What is it? And here you have it. Idylla, our great failing. Now let us go to Anakatos. He may hide from our people's needs, but he will not refuse a visitor sent from Athene.
Athene? Who's Athene?
The goddess of wisdom was our patron. Though my people worship all the Titans, they hold Athene as our personal guardian. But the gods do not look to us or listen to us. What manner of patron neglects their charge, leaves their wards to the wilderness?
One who's busy, I guess? I don't know. Tell more about the Colossi.
We are adrift in these lands, I must admit. We might have been great enough to overcome the burdens, but now we cannot.
Any more info on you?
Now that the trouble with the Jotun has been solved, I am free to investigate other threats to my people, and there are many options to choose from.
Why does he hide?
The gods choose the Primos to lead we Colossi, and to enact their will. Of the gods, we are the favored of Athene, the goddess of wisdom. Or we were. Athene's once common words have been quiet for some time. The Primos has prayed in isolation for years, but she does not answer.
Seems a little sketch, but okay.
Very well.
I gotta follow you, don't I? Oh, I can walk in these.
Mind your step here, Beckoned. I wouldn't want the Colossi's failure to claim any more lives than it already has.
Why is there a pit in the city?
It is not here by choice. Or our choice, anyways. Such questions would be better suited for the Primos. Suffice it to say that this was made in anticipation of something that never occurred.
Okay.
Farewell.
Fate Weaver and a healer.
You must be the beckoned.
I mean, I could be. You don't know. Sewer entrance, okay.
Beyond these stairs is the sanctuary of the Primos, the leader of the Colossi people in the teeth of Naros. I must warn you, Anakotos has not left these quarters in years. He vowed to never cease his prayers until the gods answered them, and his people have languished for it. But I think his answer has finally arrived. Speak to him, beckoned. His people have need of him.
Any advice on Enokatos?
After years in his sanctum, I doubt he is the Primos I once knew. But though we all languish in the god's absence, none suffer as he does. He will likely see you as the answer to his prayers.
Okay.
Be cautious in these lands.
Okay, that was pretty dope. There's something I could break. Can I talk to the flamey head? She talked to me before. Yeah, you can't tell me this wasn't inspired by Greek mythology. It's got titans, for God's sake.
And though the path be fraught with tribulation, know that it leads to the land of our greatness, and that we walk it with you. Such were the words the gods spoke to the progenitor of my race when they sought to guide us from our base origins into a fruition of potential. The words have been in my heart every day of my reign, but now they are embodied. Welcome, beckoned. At last, this city will be complete.
I'm not here to build you a city, dude. Do you know anything about the cipher I'm carrying?
Many are the artifacts strewn throughout this world, but the cipher of Athene, I have seen its outline traced in tomes and scrolls, but never in person. Bearing it makes you an embodiment of her power, beckoned. She sees and hears through you.
Okay. Can you tell me more about this land?
This land is the crucible by which my people might be forged to their new destiny. Vicious and inhospitable, it rebukes my people's every step.
I don't know. It seems pretty chill. Can you tell me more about your people?
The Colossi are the children of the Titans. We are the inheritors of their will, and we are the ones that will shepherd this world into a new age.
Can you tell me about the city?
This is greater than any city or any temple that you will find in this world. Of that I assure you. But the city, though magnificent, is only half completed.
So about this god of yours.
The goddess has shepherded my people for generations. She was responsible for the growth of my people. Somehow, we were found unworthy of her. I have prayed to learn why, but her anger must be far too great.
Can you explain my title some more?
The messenger of the gods, one summoned to bring the word of faith back to our people. I always assumed that the beckoned would be one of my own kind, but you bear the cipher. Your role cannot be made more clear.
Oh, cool. So tell me about yourself.
I am the Primos of the Colossi people. As I lead them in politics, I lead them in prayer.
You mentioned the city's incomplete. How so?
Because we are all of us, my whole people, incomplete. Because we are not worthy enough, not deserving enough to see such wonders of the gods. And I thought that failure was a finality. I have prayed to the gods in seclusion in hopes of an answer, but they were as quiet as the silent choir. Now the beckoned is come. With you, the gods can bear witness to us atoning for our inadequacies. We must start at once, beginning with the wreath of absolution.
What's the wreath of absolution?
Something no Primos would ever wish to wear. They are only made in times of great need, and we must prove to the gods our devotion.
What do I need to do?
The wreath of absolution can only be created from the hands guided by Athene. I must ask you to assemble it. First, a golden prayer circlet is needed to serve as its base. The art of crafting one is all but lost to us, but I require one all the same. The last Primos to wear a wreath of absolution, Arcas, is buried with one such circlet. Secandra led you to me, did she not? Then she will lead you to the circlet.
Who's Arcas?
He led my people into the times that you see today. The gods did not favor his reign, clearly.
What's a silent choir?
The Silent Choir is a group of our most faithful followers, and serve me as I serve the gods. So deep is their faith that they never speak upon entering service.
It's kind of like silent monks. That's weird. So where's the circlet?
Lies in his crypt, in the darkest pits beneath the city. They are old halls, and they have fallen into disuse. I understand there might be trepidations in taking such an artifact from my predecessor's crypt, but I assure you, it is ordained. The times we have arrived at are desperate, and when the heavens show their intent, one cannot stand too much on ceremony.
So grave robbing is ordained. And technically, bro, everything is underneath the city. It's floating.
We must act.
Just gonna throw that out there. Some nice pants with lots of slots. Bleed damage, I like that. Okay, it says it's... didn't say it was stealing till I disarmed it. Now it's saying stealing, but it won't give me a gauge or a percentage. That's weird.
You return. Well, the Primos has not graced the ears of his subjects in ages. What has he said to you?
I need the Circuit of Arcus.
The Circlet of Arcas. And Anakatos expects me to lead you to it? Has his reclusion left him senseless? Has he forgotten his history as well as his people? Very well. As I cannot refuse the Primos, I will meet you in the crypts in the undersewers of the city. Let us deal with this as quickly as possible.
You sound super jelly. Can you tell me more about Arcus?
I've had chances to speak of Arcas before, but it is not fitting for me to discuss him. Not now.
What about Anakatos?
You are the first to hear his voice in some time. I almost thought he would join his acolytes in their silent pact. But his prolonged absence from his people has taken its toll on his judgment. Does the Crypt of Arcas have no sanctity to him?
Where's the tomb?
We can find it in the crypts beneath the city's sewers. They are old structures, forgotten as the city was built above them. Farewell.
Oh, like literally the sewer's right there. Okay, first things first. Let's heal before I do anything else.
You must be the beacon.
Because I'll forget. I'll definitely forget.
Have you seen the rather small creature that entered the city? They say it is the beacon.
Do you require assistance? I can heal whatever wounds you may suffer.
Let's do that. Who are you?
I am one of Onisimos' oldest disciples. I have taken to tending to the inexperienced students after their debates.
Who's he?
The master is troubled. The Lycaeus has seen its attendance gradually drop since the tragedy at the Hyperion.
What is it there?
Have you seen it? The theater is perhaps our greatest rival in capturing the idle time of Idilla's citizens. Over the years, I've warmed to the idea of their productions, but there is no substitute for the Lycaeus' debates. Be careful if you choose to debate.
You are much smaller than I expected.
I think I don't have to worry about poison.
And the beckoned arrives at last.
Okay, come back. Guess I should have emptied my inventory first. Another way into the sewers, cool.
You must be the beckoned.
Welcome to the Idylla Market, Beckoned. Can I interest you in a fresh... honed weapon?
Who are you?
I construct weapons, and then I sell them. Most colossi are uncomfortable with their hands unfilled, so I endeavor to fill them. Would you like one? A weapon, I mean. Your hands are small.
What can you tell me about your weapons?
We prefer the spear, for it suits us most in these lands, against this wilderness. But our travels have taken us many places, and I can craft weapons of every shape, and all are equally deadly.
What do you think of the city?
Our city didn't always have a place among the clouds, but colossi ingenuity changed that. While it saves us from the wilds, it is my weapons that save the guard down below.
That's a big difference, but I do like my fire. Oh, dude, required level 15. Those are nice Fade Blades. Again, requires level 15. Shocking Fade Blades. That's not bad. Weaker than what I'm currently using.
Mind the city's...
What level am I? Oh, I'm almost 15. I should probably wait. 'Cause that's a lot of money one way or the other.
edges. Welcome to the Idylla Market.
Right? And they do poison damage, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, the added poison damage would be cool. And they're only slightly better. Oh, it increases poison damage, which is even better. I think I'll go ahead and pick these up and trade them out when I have time.
Beckoned. Can I interest you in a freshly honed... Fare you well, Beckoned.
The Beckoned. The life of the Beckoned must be strenuous. Perhaps an elixir would help.
Backpack upgrade, thank you. Definitely need a backpack upgrade. Who are you?
Not many of my kind are drawn to horticulture, but it teaches me patience and satisfaction.
Cool. What about your services?
The plants of the teeth are strange compared to those from our original homeland. They require much attention and deft care, and as I've found, tiny hands. You would make a good apothecary, I wager.
Can you tell me about your nice city?
There are miracles, great and small, to be seen in this world if you know where to look. But the gods had no use for subtlety with us. Look at this city. You can see their love of us. Be
Some
careful
can't.
out there, Beckoned. Can I interest you in some armor? Take heed in these lands, Beckoned. The Jotun, trolls, and Terex will not spare you given the chance.
That's a huge difference. I need to be right back. So, hold on one sec, guys.